So, why did God make the sign of the covenant with Noah a rainbow? Well, the rainbow was this sign between God and not only Noah, but all mankind that God would never again judge the earth and the creation and all of mankind by total destruction, specifically by means of a worldwide flood that would wipe out the human race. That happened one time, and God promised never again. The sign of that covenant, that promise that he made with Noah and all mankind, this covenant of preservation, some call it, is the rainbow. So, why the rainbow? Well, for starters, if we break down the word rainbow, it's rain, the water coming down out of the clouds to water the earth, and then a bow, which is a weapon. You can think about a bow and arrow used to hunt, for example. And so we combine these two words, a rainbow. Now, how does a rainbow form? Sunlight is going to hit water droplets. It's going to create these tiny little prisms, and it creates this wide array of colors in the clouds that are positioned like a bow. And essentially, this bow, this rainbow that is in the clouds, is positioned where it's actually pointing up towards God and not at mankind. So essentially, what God is saying is that instead of the bow being pointed at humanity, humanity is sinful, rebelling against the Creator. And so to speak, the first flood with Noah was as if God pointed a bow and arrow at the entire earth and wiped out the whole earth in judgment and destruction. But now the bow is pointed at God, as if to say, when mankind sins from now on, which we continue to, God is the one. This was a promise that he was making through the rainbow, that he would take the judgment that humanity deserved. And this is the gospel, where ultimately God came in the incarnation in the form of a man. He lived a sinless life. He took the judgment. He took that rainbow, that arrow thrust into himself on the cross when he died for the sins of the world, and he resurrected to conquer evil, so that instead of God giving a worldwide flood judgment on the earth, he actually has provided a way by grace through faith that humanity can be made right with God. So that is why the sign of the Noahic covenant was a rainbow.